Alright, so now let's create a product bread. At this point, we do not have the way to manage our products. So let's go ahead and create a bread for that as well. Let's go and log in as admin. Here we are. Let's create one entry for products as well. So to do that, go to tools, bread, products, add bread to this table. So everything looks fine. Font class, let's give a good font to it. Everything looks fine for now. Name field will be text, description text area, and or let's give rich text box. Price will be text. Cover image will be the image field. Submit it. Yeah, that's created. Yeah, we should see that product over here. Alright, so we can edit and do a lot of stuffs with these things. Let's say update it. Price, let's make to $500. Save it. Let's sort by created at. Yeah, so this is updated, $500. Let's see if cover image upload is working. Let's give this image, save it. Yeah, so that upload is also working. Okay, so now let's go ahead and define some relationship. So if you see the products table, let's go to product table migration. So here we have ID, name, description, price, cover image. So here we need one more field for shop ID. So we'll need that as well. Let's add shop ID. PHP artisan make migration. So I will not do in destructive way, like editing it here, and you can run PHP artisan migrate fresh and then see it also, but that will erase all data. I don't want to erase everything, so for that I will add new migration. So I'll call it add shop ID to products table. Table will be products. So let's go to add shop ID to products table, and here I will add new column. So that will be unsigned big integer shop ID. Let's establish foreign key constraint, and we need to drop column if we ever want to roll back this migration. So whenever shop is deleted, its product also deleted. So let's see what happens if we try to migrate. So due to foreign constraint, it might not allow us because there are all null fields in our table. So without foreign key constraint, it should allow us. Let's see. So shop ID already exists. Let's roll back. Alright, so it rolled back everything. Alright, after adding product bread, what we need to do is we need to add a shop ID to products table. Let's go to the code editor. Let's go to product table migration. So here we do not have these two fields. I have just added these two. So we need to add a shop ID to make this product belongs to particular shop. So I have added this table unsigned integer, and this is nullable. So nullable meaning it is the independent product, and I've set a foreign key constant. So on delete, it will delete the products. So if shop is deleted, all the products related to that shop will also be deleted. So this is the foreign key constant. So after this, you edit this, you need to run php artisan migrate fresh and then seed, but you need to aware you don't run this on production, and if you don't want your data to erase, then you don't need to run this yet. You need to create separate migration and then migrate it. But we are still on development phase, so we can run migrate fresh, and we can just edit this migration file. Alright, so one more thing, if you try to migrate, it won't let you, it will throw you error that foreign key constraint, it cannot add foreign key constraint, because in products table we are trying to access this field, but and also this foreign key constant, but this table, this migration, this table is still not created, so it will throw error. So what you need to do is you need to put that shop table migration just above this product migration, because we are setting up foreign key constant with shop. Shop is not already created, so it will throw some error. Or another solution is just set up the this foreign key constant on next step, like you do schema create, the same thing, schema create, not schema table, and then products table, and do same thing and just put this one line there. Okay, so what I've done here is I've just put this file above this product table. The way you do is just rename this file. So before it was like this, so we created on 210, that's why it was on here after products. So what you need to do is to make it up here before products table. For that, rename it to some date before the products table. So product is created on 202, so February 1. So that will make this file just above products table. So now it won't say any error. It won't complain about migrations. Alright, so we are all set to migrate and create our shops table. But before that, what we need to do is we need to save all things that we done on Voyager side, because Voyager stores is on table all settings, all these bread, CRUD, all policy, everything that we add before, we need to save that as well, right? So since we are going to do PHP artisan migrate fresh, it will erase all table, and then in that case all our settings will be lost. We need to create this shop bread from start and then product bread, so that won't be cool, right? So for that, what we need to do is we need to save that, or save all the table data as a seeder. So we used iSeed for that. We installed iSeeder. So I have one gist as well for that iSeeder, which will generate the seeder file from these tables. Okay, so this is the command to create all the seed files. Alright, so we need to paste that in. Looks like, so just paste that in. So what we are telling is just create the seeder file. So we already created these, but we have changed a lot of settings, so we want to update those seeders with new data. That's why we are rerunning it. So there are other packages as well. As you edit on Voyager, it will generate a seeder files quickly, but yeah, so let's do manually. So this will create all the current content of these table into seeder files, so that we can safely run migrate seed command, and it will preserve all the settings. All right, so I will give -- force flag, which will just force it to create without asking all the questions whether you want to create or not. Alright, so while it generates all those, alright, so all of our settings are saved, all of our seeders are on place. So now we are good to create all these, refresh our table. So before refreshing, I want to update our custom seeder as well, because every time we have to create these roles. Every time we need to go to roles and create a new roles like seller roles, assign all the permissions, yeah, and we need to set up the shops. So whenever we do migrate fresh, all these shops will be lost. So I want to create some custom shops, and want to just rename these with some meaningful emails like seller@seller, and instead of customer 1, customer 2, I will create a couple of more users. So I will go to users table seeder first. So I will create a couple more users. So customer 1 webmall.com, yeah, these looks fine to me. Customer 2, I will create more users. So ID will be 4, 5. I will say seller 1, seller 2, So role also we need to give accordingly. So if we go to roles table seeder, so we know from here seller got role ID 3, so we need to give role ID 3 to all the sellers. So just to save us some time, we are doing this on seeder. So whenever we run every time migrate fresh, we don't need to create separate users. So everything is fine. Alright, so to create some dummy shop, we have shop seeder, and we can create 2 dummy shops from here. I will use shop factory. Whenever we run shop make model command, we generated all these files. So here shop got name. For reference, I will see shop table. So shop table contain name, some description, rating will be, and user ID, and it's active also, true or false. Alright, so let's go to factory, create name. So name of shop, just faker word. Let's create fake word, or we have words, and we can specify the name. You know what, I'll create sentence, 2 sentence with 2 words, and name. Similarly, let's create description. So description will contain, let's say 20 words for now. Similarly, is active, is true, yeah, that's it for now. And let's go to shop seeder, and here we'll create 2 factory. Here we'll create 2 shops for 2 users, 2 sellers. So shop, import the class shop class. I'll create I'll pass user ID, one shop for user ID 3 and 4. Yeah, if we go to user table seeder, we should see 2 sellers with ID, yeah, ID 4 and 5. Yes, let's make changes according to that. Shop seeder 4 and 5. Alright, so we got 2 shops for both user. So let's go to database seeder and integrate our just created seeder. So where is product seeder? So before product seeder, I will run shop seeder like so. Okay, so now everything is in place. Let's run PHP artisan migrate fresh seed. There is just one column. So dropped everything, migrated. Looks like we have some wrong data on shop factory. Yeah, is active. So is active is boolean, default is false. All right, let's skip one. Let's see how it goes. Okay, slight typo here. It's not sentences, sentence, just sentence. And is active true. Everything else will be same. We have included our shop seeder, which contains these two fields. These two shop belongs to user 4 and 5. And yeah, in database seeder we have shop seeder just before product seeder. So in shop seeder we are using user ID. That's why user must be created before shop is created. So these two migration I will cut out from here and just put it below user's table seeder. So after user is created, then only we can use shop, or we can assign the owner of shop from users table. So let's go ahead and migrate fresh and seed. Hopefully this should create all tables with necessary data. There we go. So now let's go back to our go to admin. So here we are not logged in. Here we are logged in as customer 1. So looks like we have one faulty seeder. What we need to do over here is, let's go to user table seeder. So looks like we make customer to seller as well. So seller has role ID 3, customer has role ID 2, like so. So role ID 2 must be for both customer. Okay, so slight fix of the seeder. Let's rerun the migrate fresh command. Yeah, everything cool. Let's go ahead and go to admin panel. So customer 1 shouldn't visit admin panel, right? So right now we are not allowing customer to visit admin panel. Let's log out and log in as seller 1. Seller 1 should see the seller 1 shop. Let's go to admin. First we need to log in. Let's log in as seller at webmall.com. Password is password. Okay, looks like we have wrong email address. Seller 1, we are logging in as seller 1, password. So seller 1 logged in, and if we visit shop, it should display only seller 1's shop. Pretty cool. Okay, right now everything is fine. Now let's go ahead and edit our bread. First we need to log in as admin. So looks like we're already logged in as admin. We don't need to do anything. So in products, or go to tools, bread, and edit the products bread. And now we need to set up some relationship between shops and product. So now we can see the shop ID. Right now it is text. So now let's create the relationship. So this product belongs to shop. So shop ID is used to reference the shop. We want to display the name of shop and then store the ID. Okay, so now relationship is all set. Now if we go to product, it should show the shop ID. So currently there is no result for shop because we haven't associated to any shop. Let's edit it and associate this one to one particular shop. So we have currently 2 shop. So let's save it. Let's filter it by, there we go. So we can associate certain product to particular shop. Next we need to create a policy for products as well, so that we allow this seller to see all of his products, seller wants product. Alright, so first of all let's assign some products to that shop as well. So we are logged in as admin, so let's assign this to Fugard LNT. So Fugard LNT is this seller wants shop. So save it. So now that shop is also associated to that particular, this product is associated to that Fugard LNT shop. So here this seller should see the products menu where he can see all of the products related to that shop. Alright, so to do that, what we need to do is, let's first create a policy for products as well. So this time I will not create from artisan command because for Voyager we have these standard method. That's why I will just duplicate this shop policy and rename it as product policy. So I have created another file from shop policy file, calling it product policy, rename it product policy. So instead of this shop we have products everywhere. So I'll select everything and rename. Alt F3 will select everything. Yeah, so app product. So this is uppercase, it's okay. Alright, so we have user ID, we have product. Let's make this product lowercase. I don't like this uppercase. Product. Okay, so for browse we are checking if it is seller. Yeah, that's cool, that's fine. And we are also doing same thing for admin can do anything to this product. And to read we are checking if user ID is equals to product. We should actually check product shop owner. So product we are calling shop relationship, and inside shop there is user ID, right? So these two should match up. Similarly here as well. So I'll copy that, replace it with that. For delete also same thing. So user ID should match product shop ID. So let's go to product PHP and see if that relationship is set. It isn't. So let's quickly define the relationship. So product belongs to shop, right? So this belongs to shop class. So shop ID is the foreign key in products table. Similarly, in shop class, let's define a relationship as well. We'll need that later on. So shop products return this has many product class. Similarly, foreign key is shop ID. So shop has many products and product belong to particular shop. Alright, that's it. And similarly, while adding as well, we have to check if it is seller. Only seller can add products, right? Yeah, so all relationships are in place, all policies. So now we need to hook in this policy. Let's go to and log in as admin. We need to edit the bread related to products. So it's easy to visit from URL, I guess, instead of going to menu, all this stuff. So here in policy name, we need to apply the policy and just change it to product policy. Similarly, we'll need custom controller to display only the products related to particular user. So for now, let's just do one step at a time. So yeah, that is done. Policy is hooked in. Now let's go and log in as seller. There we go. And now we need to edit, we need to give them permission from admin. So admin will give permission to view, to see, so that they can see this products menu. So let's go to seller, edit it. We want to keep them so that they can browse products, read products, edit products. Also they can add products. Actually everything related to product. So we are handling all authorization from our policy, so we don't need to worry about that. Refresh it, we should see the products. All right, so yeah, there it is saying user ID of non-object. So it is saying user ID of non-object because this shop is null in some case, because currently in our products the shop ID is nullable. So some product doesn't belongs to any of the shop. In that case it will be nullable. So what we need to do is So let's not allow seller to edit this on the product which doesn't belong to any of these. So here we need to check if empty product shop. So if there is no shop, we'll just return false, and it will not allow user to edit that or delete the product. So we'll only allow seller to delete or edit product that are created by them only. Alright, so that is the authorization in place. Let's go back, and now it shouldn't say anything. So we can view product. So currently we can view all products which doesn't belongs to us. So we need to restrict that as well. So at this point you should know how to do that. Like we did for shop, we do for products as well. So first of all, we need one custom controller that will extend the voyager controller like we did for shop. So let's go to admin/shop controller, and I will duplicate this because everything else will be same. I will duplicate it and call it product controller. There we go. So let's call it product controller. And here we need to change a small thing where we return our custom query. So here we go. So here we return some query for shop. So in this case, what we need to do is, so in products case, this data type will be, this query is related to products model. So this query contains product model. So in product model there is shop ID, right? So shop ID. So in case, let me type first. So auth user. So we are checking it here. If shop ID is equals to currently logged in users shop ID. So currently logged in user is owner of some shop if it is seller. So that relationship is in user.php. Let's see. So it looks like we haven't defined that yet. Let's define that. Let's go to write user.php. Looks like we are on wrong. So app user.php. Yeah, we have defined that relationship over here. Shop. So user has one shop. That's why we can call relationship like auth user shop then ID. So if this ID matches, then only will display the product. So this query will apply to sellers only. Admin should see everything. So this is just repeating step like we did for shops. So now we are on seller page, seller admin panel, and let's refresh. We should only see our products. Looks like something went wrong. Okay, so we have defined the controller, but we need to specify this hook in this controller so that that will apply. We just forgot that. We need to go to admin, logged in as admin, go to bread, edit the product spread, and just specify that controller, right? So just replace this with product controller. Everything else will be same. Submit it. Now let's go back to the seller and refresh. We should see only one product which belongs to this particular shop. Alright, so we can view it. if we try to view any other product by changing the URL, we shouldn't see. There we go. We can edit our own product. Instead of this, I will call seller one's cool product. Save it. Yeah. So from here we can add while adding also we need to do some minor changes, like here in drop down we should only show the shop of this shop shouldn't be displayed, it will be auto selected, and it should be auto selected and shouldn't be editable, so that it can only add product to their own shop. So right now it can add to another one's shop as well. Alright, so we'll do that next.